Bill, I'm pretty sure that everyone is fully aware right now. The gardening trend, it is in full force, so you cannot let your planter pots be boring. This Kansas City mama, Andrea Krasnow, is going to show us how to jazz up our back porch right inside of our house with this fun DIY.
You're going to need a clay pot. You're going to need some stamps. You're going to need hot glue. You're going to need scissors and twine. And then you're going to turn it in to some cute little pots. So let me go ahead and show you what I've been doing. So I've been working on one that looks like this, and what I did originally was spray paint. So I spray painted all of these, but you can easily use just plain craft acrylic paint and a sponge brush, but I do think that it goes on a little more evenly if you use spray paint. Let's go ahead and start with our glue. So go around your pot like this. You're just gonna lay a bead strip of glue. So you've run your bead of glue, and you're going to lay your piece of twine down into the glue, being very careful because, as you guys know, this stuff is really hot. And you're gonna just continue to lay the piece of twine down along that bead of glue. Now don't be afraid, it gets really stringy, but that's okay. As you can see, you just pull it off. Now, you're gonna do the same thing, like I said, all the way around. Let's pretend we're done, but I wanna point out one thing. I started on the back, so here is where I started. You can see right there. And again, just lay your glue right on there and then just kind of begin, and it tucks itself under so you don't really see it all that much. Okay, so then you're gonna take your scissors and you're just gonna take a little piece off. Now let's go ahead and talk about the stamping. For me, I prefer to stamp after I've used the twine. And here's why. This is kind of wet, right? It's a stamp, it's just like paint. So as you're running like this and you're using your glue, you might have a tendency to run your fingers across it and smudge it. So I go ahead and stamp after I've done the twine. All right, let me show you a couple of little tricks here. So I'm using the Sweet Little Word Home, I think with a cute little pot like this, and you're going to take your stamp. So here's our little E to kind of finish it up. Go ahead and stick your stamp down in your ink, and you'll notice there's a bunch of extra ink all along your stamp. I take either a wet wipe or a wet paper towel and I run it all along the edge. And you can see it's picking up all of the extra ink. I do that because when you stamp, a lot of times you lay the whole thing down, right? And then you're gonna pick up all of this extra on the square part of your stamp, and really what all you want is your letter. So once you get that all cleaned off, you're gonna pick up your pot and you're just gonna kind of eyeball. So you've got your H, your O, and your M. Now you're gonna take your E, and you can see that your E is just gonna kind of line up right next to that M as best as you can. Press down and pull off. And there you go.
One thing to quickly note, before Andrea even got started, she spray painted those clay pots. She said you can also use paint, but for her, spray paint's just a little bit easier and it gives it a whole new look. Bill?